All right, welcome back, everyone. Now, we know that hitting up a salon is something we all want to be doing, but we cannot because these are the times. So that means we have to do a lot of self-care and our beauty maintenance at home. It's okay though. Why? Because we have Miss Janet Jackson in the building who's going to show us how to work with what we've got when it comes to our hair texture. Janet, it is so good to see you.
Hi, ladies.
Before we dibble and dab into all the lotions and potions that a lot of us have probably accumulated over this time in a pandemic, you say it's very important to make sure that we are very clear about our hair types. So, what is a hair type? How many are there? And what should we be looking for?
It is important for you to understand your hair texture because not understanding can lead to all kinds of frustration when you're styling your hair. So, once you know and understand your hair type and texture, then you will be able to determine what products to use and techniques needed to enhance it. So, in terms of the hair chart, there are four hair types. Type 1 being straight hair with no natural texture or curl, type 2 being wavy to curly, type 3 being curly to kinky curly, type 4 being kinky curly to coily. Now, within these hair types, there are subclassifications from A to C, and I would suggest that you research this and find out exactly where it is that your hair falls on the chart. Today, I will be focusing on hair types 2 to 4, wavy to coily, and fill you in on some of the best products and styling techniques to enhance those textures.
Okay, Janet, I think that my hair falls into the category of type 2 because it has a slight wave to it. So, how would you define that texture?
Type 2 hair really has a visual S pattern throughout the hair and can range from loose to tight.
So, what types of products should type 2s be reaching for and how should we be using them?
For type 2 hair, I suggest using lightweight products that won't weigh the hair down, such as a very light cream or mousse. Oribe has an entire curl system filled with a lot of curl products, but for type 2 hair, I really love the curl shaping mousse and the curl control silkening cream. Now, both of these products give touchable definition with all day frizz control, which is really nice for type 2 hair. Yes, it is so light, but can really pop out at you there.
It really did.
I'm going to focus on their silkening cream. The twist and scrunch method is really, really nice to define this curl type. Now, once you've washed it, put in your leave-in, and it's a bit damp, not too wet, you are going to section the hair. And sectioning the hair is key to great definition when it comes to texture. So we're going to section the hair into small areas like this, and I'm going to mist it. You can mist it with either water or a leave-in, and you're going to rake your fingers through the hair. Now, as you rake, you'll see the way in which the curl will go. You're now going to take some of the product, which I have here in my fingers, and you're going to get the product from root to end.
That's the curl control at this point.
This is the curl silkening cream,
Got it.
and you're going to twist it into that section and create a perfect ringlet. You're going to scrunch the ends as I'm doing there. Now, if the hair doesn't form that ringlet, that means you're twisting it in the wrong direction. So make sure that you're following the hair pattern and twisting in that direction. So again, you just mist the hair with some water or a leave-in. Use a little bit of the product in your fingers, pull it through as I'm doing here, and twist and scrunch. Now, once that is done, it's going to look like this, which is a whole bunch of nice, pretty ringlets. In terms of drying, you can let it air dry, you can diffuse if you want some volume, or you can simply just wear it as is with the ringlets, depending on what your liking is. But once it's dry, you can go through the hair with your fingers and separate the curls, as I'm doing here. Separate, shake, do all of that, and then you're done. Great definition for type 2 hair.
Amazing. And again, I think the key here is to follow the lead of your hair. Okay, let's move on
Absolutely.
to type 3. So, what characteristics does that type of hair have?
So type 3 hair is curly to kinky curly, and it usually forms a ringlet or a corkscrew that can range from loose to bouncy.
Okay, so what are the products and techniques best to use to enhance this hair type?
I really love Shea Moisture's coconut and hibiscus line, which is really nice for curly hair. They have 3 styling products. So for type 3, again, which is your curly to kinky curly, I suggest the rake and smooth method. I'll show you exactly how
Oh,
to do that.
smells so good.
It
I
is
know.
so yummy. They smell yummy. This particular hair type here, you want to make sure that you wet the hair enough to see the curl pattern. So you're wetting the hair, you've washed it, you've put in your leave-in. So now, again, we're sectioning, which is important. And you're going to grab small sections and put the curl styling milk all over first. Then you're going to go in with your curl smoothie, which is the cream, and you're going to rake the product through the hair from root to end as I'm doing here. Now, the key to this is if the hair is not clumping together nicely, this is where you cocktail. You now are going to put in some of the curl gel souffle, which is a
Mm.
little bit in your fingers just like that, and double up on the product. Now, once you see the clumping, that means you're ready to go in terms of that section. So you're going to have it clump as I have it here, and you're going to scrunch the ends to promote curl at the ends and do that throughout the entire hair. And I'll show you what this looks like on the other side, which is nice definition. It's soft and fluffy. And that's basically how you would enhance type 3 hair.
That looks so good. Okay, my 4 sisters. Guess what? That's my hair type right there too. Under all this weave. So talk to me about what the characteristics would be if you are a type 4. If you are in the fortunate fours, I like to call it.
Fortunate fours, yay. Okay, so this hair type, this hair type usually forms very tight ringlets or zigzags from root to end, just like this wig I have right here.
I think it's just important because for so long, women with type 4 hair are told that they cannot style their hair. So they decide to either go through the chemical route or they decide to straighten their hair, or whatever choice. But you found great ways that we can use some creams and products to help define our curls.
Yes, I suggest using gels and butters. That's great for defining this hair type. I really like Earth Tone Naturals Curl line, which is right here. They have 2 enhancing jellies, which is their Curl Define and Curl Define Max. These 2 jellies are great to define the hair. I'm going to use the Curl Define Max, and what I'm going to do to enhance this texture is do the shingling method. This product, it works best on damp hair. So we've washed the hair, we have leave-in, it's damp. Now what you're going to do is, again, section the hair. When you section the hair, you are now going to use some of the product. I'm taking some of the gel in my hands and I'm going to smooth the product. You want to get as close to the scalp as possible with this product. You want to smooth it from root to end. You want to make sure that it is slippery and that there is a nice curl definition going on. Once you get that, you are now going to take that section and twirl it around your fingers just like this with the product. And you're going to continue
Mm.
doing that throughout the hair. This is what it looks like in the end in terms of drying. With this hair type, I suggest air drying best, but if you're in a hurry, you can sit under a hooded dryer, dry the hair, then use your fingers to kind of pull at the ends. You can separate it a bit with nice oils, and you're good to go. Your definition is there for type 4.
Janet, let's talk about winter because it is coming. What are your thoughts on hair treatments just for all hair textures?
So treatments for all hair textures are very, very important. During the winter, it gets really dry. So I suggest you doing a intense hydrating treatment at least once every 2 weeks. Maui Moisture has an amazing mask. It's your Revive and Hydrate Shea Butter Mask, which is great for all hair types.
Smells like the beach.
Yes, it does. And it smells that way because it's made with 100% aloe as its base ingredient, which is amazing
Wow.
for hair. Amazing for hair and a great way to hydrate your waves, curls, kinks, and coils. All this information and all these different ways of enhancing hair texture. Keep in mind that frizz is a part of texture DNA. So just embrace it.
Mm.
I really like that. Janet, thank you so much for all these great tips.
You're so welcome.
All this information is going to be up on our website after the show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.